to the world. I am Siddharth Bharadwaj, and coming up in the next hour. India celebrates National Unity Day on Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's birth anniversary. Prime Minister pays floral tributes to Sardar Patel, says he would continue to inspire the new generations. In US, Trump takes aim at Harris as Democrats respond to garbage controversy. India celebrates Diwali. Lord Ram's birthplace, Ayodhya, leads the nation by lighting a record number of earthen lamps. National Unity Day, also known as Rashtriya Ekta Divas, is celebrated annually in India on October 31st. The day commemorates the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, a pivotal figure in country's struggle for independence and the first Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister of India. This day serves to promote national integration, unity and harmony among citizens, reflecting Patel's vision of a united India. The idea of National Unity Day was first proposed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during a speech in 2014. The day was officially declared in 2014 to honor Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's contributions to the integration of over 500 princely states into the Indian Union after independence in 1947. This year marks the 148th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. His efforts in promoting national unity and his role in shaping modern India are remembered through various programs and initiatives held on this day. President of India Draupadi Murmu paid floral tributes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on the occasion of his birth anniversary in the national capital. Vice President
ऐसी महान विभूति को सरदार पटेल ने पास करते हुए अनोखे शिल्पी का गौरव प्राप्त किया। इतिहास के पृष्ठों में उनका नाम सदा अंकित रहेगा।
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar also paid tributes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in the national capital. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today paid floral tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on his 149th birth anniversary at the Statue of Unity in Gujarat. A mega event was held for the Rashtriya Ekta Divas celebrations. PM Modi is on his two-day visit to Gujarat. Prime Minister Modi also administered the Unity Day pledge.
सत्यनिष्ठा से शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं राष्ट्र की एकता, अखंडता और सुरक्षा की बनाए रखने के लिए स्वयं को समर्पित करूंगा और अपने देशवासियों के बीच यह संदेश फैलाने का भी भरसक प्रयत्न करूंगा।
Prime Minister witnessed the National Security Guard at the Rashtriya Ekta Divas parade organized to honor Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's contributions. The parade comprised of 16 marching contingents, including those from 9 states, 1 Union Territory Police, 4 Central Armed Police Forces, NCC and a band. Special attractions include Hell March contingent of NSG, Daredevil show by BSF and CRPF, women and men bikers. Addressing the gathering at the Statue of Unity, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the journey of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel continues to inspire coming generations.
जब भारत को आजादी मिली थी तो दुनिया में कुछ लोग थे जो भारत के बिखरने का आकलन कर रहे थे और अभी हमने सरदार साहब की वाणी में उसका विस्तार से बयान सुना। उन लोगों को जरा भी उम्मीद नहीं थी कि सैकड़ों रियासतों को एकजुट करके फिर से एक भारत का निर्माण हो पाएगा, लेकिन सरदार साहब ने ये करके दिखाया। ये इसलिए संभव हुआ क्योंकि सरदार साहब व्यवहार में यथार्थवादी, संकल्प में सत्यवादी, कार्य में मानवतावादी और ध्येय में राष्ट्रवादी थे।
Prime Minister also highlighted that every mission of the government displays the thought of unity.
पहले की सरकारों की नीतियों में और नीयत में भेदभाव का भाव भी देश की एकता को कमजोर करता रहा है। बीते 10 वर्षों में देश में सुशासन के नए मॉडल ने भेदभाव की हर गुंजाइश समाप्त की है। हमने सबका साथ, सबके विकास का रास्ता चुना है।
He also stated that October 31 event fills the whole country with new energy.
एक सच्चे भारतीय होने के नाते हम सभी का कर्तव्य है कि हम देश की एकता के हर प्रयास को सेलिब्रेट करें, उत्सव उमंग से भर दे। ऊर्जा, आत्मविश्वास, हर पल नए संकल्प, नई उम्मीद, नए उमंग, यही तो सेलिब्रेशन है। जब हम भारत की भाषाओं पर बल देते हैं, उससे भी एकता की एक मजबूत कड़ी हमें जोड़ती है।
India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Thursday virtually inaugurated the Desh Ka Vallabh statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and the major Ralingnow Bob Khating Museum of Valor in Tawang in northeast Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh. At the event, Singh said that disengagement process in certain areas along LAC is almost complete based on consensus achieved between India and China. He added that India's aim will be to take the matter beyond disengagement.
एलएसी पर कुछ क्षेत्रों में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स को रिजॉल्व करने के लिए भारत और चीन के बीच डिप्लोमेटिक और मिलिट्री दोनों ही लेवल्स पर बातचीत हो रही थी। अभी हाल की बातचीत के बाद ग्राउंड सिचुएशन को रेस्टोर करने के लिए आपस में ब्रॉड कंसेंसस हुई है। इस सहमति के आधार पर डिसएंगेजमेंट का प्रोसेस लगभग यह पूरा हो गया है और हमारा प्रयास होगा कि बात डिसएंगेजमेंट से भी आगे बढ़े, लेकिन उसके लिए हमें भी प्रतीक्षा करनी होगी।
The disengagement exercise between India and China in Depsang and Demchok has been completed. According to defense sources, the Indian armed forces are conducting verification. Sources also added that coordinated patrolling will start soon by both sides. Ground commanders will continue to hold talks. The two sides will exchange sweets for Diwali on Thursday. The Indian and Chinese troops were verifying the vacation of positions and removal of infrastructure. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri on October 21st announced that New Delhi and Beijing reached an agreement to disengage in the remaining friction points in LAC near eastern Ladakh. All right, and DD India correspondent Vishal Baristo joins us from New Delhi for more on this. Hi Vishal, we are hearing that disengagement process has been completed from both sides, from Depsang and Demchok. Now the move indeed has welcomed both sides, to start new talks to boost bilateral ties. Vishal, can you give us some updates on if any talks are going on for other friction points as well?
Hi Siddharth, a very good afternoon to you, and first of all let me wish you and our viewers a very happy Festival of Lights.
To you too, Vishal.
As I speak to you,
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Siddharth?
Definitely a very happy Diwali to you too, I was saying, Vishal.
Yeah. I'm saying that as I speak to you, breaking news just coming in that China's PLA soldiers and Indian Army soldiers, they have exchanged sweets at the Chushul Moldo point that is in eastern Ladakh. So there you see all the bitterness going, darkness going, and light coming in. So this has been the result of long talks both at the military and the diplomatic level. And you heard the defense minister, he said that the ground realities would be restored, but we need to wait for some time. But as of now, both the points that we are talking about in the eastern Ladakh region, Depsang and Demchok, the disengagement has been completed. Now the verification process is on. Verification means that both sides would need to be rest assured that it has been completed on record, and it would be physically verified, and also the UAVs would also be restored, since it's a very difficult terrain. But the exchange of sweets at the Chushul sector says it all, and very soon we'll be showing our viewers the pictures of this very historic occasion. So according to the agreement, the pre-April 2020 situation would be restored here at both the points. But there are definitely differences between the two armies, and as you heard the defense minister, the talks for other points of friction are also continuing.
Definitely, Vishal, and it's happening at a time, you said it right, when India is celebrating the Festival of Lights. Everywhere, everything is illuminated. People are celebrating this festival, and on and the border, both Chinese side and the Indian side are distributing, exchanging sweets. In fact, and you just said that the visuals are about to come. We'll show it to our viewers, Vishal, definitely. Now, can you tell us how soon the patrolling is likely to start, and will the patrolling modalities be decided by the ground commanders?
Well, absolutely. The patrolling modalities would be decided by the ground commanders. And when we talk about the ground commanders, it includes from the Indian side officers of the rank of brigadier and below. So the verification process is on, and as our defense sources confirmed to me that by the end of this month it was supposed to happen, but it can be extended a day or two. But definitely the patrolling, armed patrolling would start very, very soon. And for this you have to give prior information to the other side, because this is a confidence building measure, and you have to be very careful, because we have to tread cautiously, Siddharth, and we all know that it is what was not that easy if we talk about the situation if we go back to a year back.
Definitely. Vishal, can you just confirm us very quickly, in just one word you may, will the drones be used in verification?
Well, absolutely. The drones are being used for verification, because as I informed, it is a very difficult terrain, and walking on foot is only possible, and that also takes 6 to 8 hours of time. So UAVs have also been deployed for the record purpose that the disengagement has been completed. It is not only about disengagement of the troops only, but also man, machine, and also some structures that were semi-permanent in nature on the other side of the LAC.
All right, Vishal, we'll come back to you, but right now I have to thank you here. Thank you so much. And right now we are getting you some exclusive visuals from Kutch. We played, we showed you little before this bulletin that how Prime Minister Narendra Modi is celebrating this auspicious festival of Diwali with the Indian brave hearts, the Indian soldiers. And for these Indian soldiers, every festival, they are there in protection of us. They are there on the border so that we feel safe, we feel secure. And here you have on your screens Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Kutch, meeting the Indian brave hearts, Indian soldiers, celebrating this auspicious festival. The entire country is celebrating this festival of lights. Entire country is celebrating the victory of good over evil. This is the festival of lights, holds deep cultural, spiritual, and in fact social significance across India and among Hindu communities worldwide. This particular festival symbolizes the triumph of light over darkness, good over evil, like I just said. And on your screens, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi carrying a box of sweets in his hands and giving it to the Indian brave hearts. What a special moment this is. What a special gesture by the Indian Prime Minister to distribute sweets among the Indian soldiers. The festival is even more special now, with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi distributing sweets among the Indian brave hearts, Indian soldiers, who stay at the border, who make sure that we feel safe, we feel secure. And he perhaps is saying Jai Hind right now with the soldiers, with the BSF. And here you have Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrating this festival of lights with the Indian soldiers distributing sweets among them. This is a festival of lights, like I said. The entire India today is illuminated, celebrating the festival of lights. It symbolizes the triumph of light over darkness, good over evil. And with Prime Minister Modi's visit to these Indian soldiers, it certainly goes on to show that how important it is for the Indian Prime Minister to give importance to people, to importance to the brave heart soldiers who protect us, who make sure that we, when we are sleeping, we sleep sound without any fear. And our brave hearts, our soldiers, make sure that when they are at the border, that we are safe, we are secure. Here you have on your screens Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrating this auspicious festival of Diwali with the Indian soldiers. Today, entire India is celebrating this grand festival. Prime Minister Modi, in fact, is seen talking to the Indian soldiers. And here you can see, for all those viewers who have just joined in, first of all, a very happy Diwali to all of you. And here you can also see on your screens Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrating Diwali with our brave heart soldiers. He distributed sweets among them. He wished them very happy Diwali. He had a fruitful conversation with them, and also, must be thanking them for their service to the nation. This is a grand occasion, even added more stars to this grand festival in India. Here you can see, you can hear right now the BSF soldiers along with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi saying Bharat Mata Ki Jai, celebrating this auspicious festival of Diwali with the Indian soldiers distributing sweets among them. Like I said, these are the brave hearts of India. They make sure that the Indian citizens remain safe, secure, and when they sleep at night, they sleep without any fear. Their contribution to the country cannot be weighed in words. Their contribution to the nation cannot be defined in words. And perhaps that's the reason a warm gesture is being shown by the Indian Prime Minister towards our brave heart soldiers. On the occasion of Diwali, he chose to celebrate this auspicious festival, this festival of lights, which symbolizes the triumph of light over darkness and good over evil, to celebrate with the Indian soldiers. A while ago, you heard the chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Bharat Mata Ki Jai. This indeed is a very warm gesture, a very sweet gesture by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who chose to celebrate this grand festival with the braveheart soldiers of India. And still to come on DD India News Hour. DD India reporters covering the US elections from ground zero.
अरे वाह, लेजेंड की बैट, इससे तो मैं खेलूंगा। फ्यूचर बैटिंग लेजेंड बैट।
इसमें जिसका नाम लिखा है बैट उसी को मिलेगी।
अरे यार,
देखा, अगर इस पे मेरा नाम नहीं लिखा होता तो कितनी दिक्कत हो जाती। इसलिए आरबीआई कहता है बैंक अकाउंट हो या बैंक लॉकर, उसमें नॉमिनी का नाम जरूर दर्ज करें ताकि आपकी जमा पूंजी उसी को मिले जिसे आपने नामित किया है।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. India reiterated its support for an early and peaceful resolution of the conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. Highlighting India's stand at the UN Security Council open debate on the situation in West Asia, Permanent Representative of India to the United Nations P. Harish said that India is ready to do more for the Palestinian people while stressing upon immediate release of all hostages from the captivity of Hamas.
The people of Palestine are in dire need of humanitarian assistance. We have been calling for safe, timely and unimpeded humanitarian supply to the affected population. As we have repeatedly demonstrated in the past, India stands ready to do more for the Palestinian people. We are committed to carrying out human-centric projects for the people of Palestine in diverse sectors. Our thrust is on projects that have a tangible and lasting impact on the daily lives of the people. The terror attacks in Israel on 7th October were shocking, and they deserve our unequivocal condemnation. There can be no justification for terrorism and hostage-taking. India has a long-standing and uncompromising position against terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. At this juncture, I reiterate India's call for an immediate release of all hostages and a ceasefire.
And DD India correspondent Jessica Tanja joins us to give us more information, more inputs on this. Hi Jessica, given the current situation in West Asia, India has continued to reiterate resolving conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. Would you add something to it to provide a fuller picture?
Well, certainly this has been India's stance ever since the conflict began in West Asia about a year ago, 7th October, when Hamas attacked Israel and nearly 1,200 people were killed, including some of the hostages for whom the deals are being struck, but the negotiations are not falling in place to produce any effective results. And hence the conflict continues to simmer with Iran now in the picture, and the fears of wider spread of this conflict now getting, probably seeing the day of light, and imagining that this now goes on to continue for a really long time as it wasn't expected. But given the fact that the current situation, both in Lebanon and Gaza, where Israel has continued with its military operation, seems to suggest that this escalation would continue for a significant amount of time, and with Israel's limited strikes on Iran as well, it doesn't seem to die out that quickly.
Okay, Jessica, as the situation in West Asia deteriorates with no end in hostilities, what more can you tell us on this?
Well, both the sides quite recently, Israeli side, which had in fact struck Iran with missiles targeting their military facilities as well as their energy facilities. And to that extent, you heard the Iranian Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, who said that there will be a measured response to what Israel has done. And the more the shadow war comes out of in reality, the more difficult it gets for various individuals to comprehend as to how this would now further expand. And today, as we speak, the United States officials are also flying into Israel to find a possible solution if they can, especially when it comes to providing aid to the millions of Gazans who have been displaced and been struck by the war. Now, if you recall, very recently, Israeli parliament had passed 2 laws which would now further prevent the United Nations Relief and Work Agency to continue their work. So the situation could get grim in terms of the catastrophic humanitarian cost that has come with this war. But with India also, on the other hand, reiterating that there is no solution found on battlefield, it resonates from Eurasia towards West Asia as well. So given how dire the situation is, one will have to wait and see on how this pans out in the near future.
Definitely. Dialogue and diplomacy, these two are the only options, and solution cannot be found on the battlefield. This is what India is saying time and again. We leave it there. Thank you so much, Jessica. And still to come on DD India News Hour. India and the US National Security Advisors discuss regional security developments for ongoing efforts to bolster stability in the Indo-Pacific region and beyond. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj, and let's have a recap of the headlines. India celebrates National Unity Day on Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's birth anniversary. Prime Minister pays floral tributes to Sardar Patel, says he would continue to inspire the new generations. India celebrates Diwali. Lord Ram's birthplace Ayodhya leads the nation by lighting a record number of earthen lamps. With presidential elections just a few days away, both Republican and Democratic candidates are holding back to rallies to attract voters and clinch their electoral issues, even as the voting is also going in the fast pace at different places across the country. Vice President Kamala Harris holds rallies at 3 places on Wednesday in Pennsylvania, North Carolina and Wisconsin in fast-paced mode. During her speech in Wisconsin, Democratic presidential candidate Harris urged supporters to vote early in one of the most consequential elections of her lifetime. Earlier, Harris in North Carolina attacked on Trump, calling him unstable and out for unchecked power.
And we need you to vote early, Wisconsin, because we have 6 days left in one of the most consequential elections of our lifetime, and we have work to do. But we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work is joyful work. And make no mistake, we will win.
Whereas Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump continues his attack on Biden for his garbage comment. Wearing a bright safety vest during a rally in Wisconsin, Trump called his supporters heart and soul of America.
Kamala and Joe call all of us, and them, even them, garbage. I call you the heart and soul of America. You are the heart and soul. You built our country. You know, you built our country. You built it. Far more than they built it, I can tell you that. You built it. And by the way, I want to thank all of our incredible sanitation workers all across America. Because they work hard. They really do work hard. And they do an incredible job.
To gauge what American voters think about the issue, DD India's Amritpal Singh has travelled to the US-Mexico border, from where most of the illegal crossing over into the US takes place. Take a listen.
I'm right now standing at the US-Mexico border. What you see behind me is that bridge which connects the United States of America with Mexico. Now, as the issue of immigration or illegal immigration has taken center stage in these elections, especially with Donald Trump raking it up, Kamala Harris is also treading soft on the issue, saying she realizes the immigration system is broken and it needs to be fixed, and she will bring a bill on it and sign it into a law if the Congress passes it. But is that really an issue which matters to the Americans? The Americans say migrants, illegal or legal, contribute much to their society.
They're not our problem. Like, in reality, they were from America.
It's just so dehumanizing. We're a nation of immigrants.
But there are others who have bought into Trump.
There's been occasions where you see illegals running up and down here with no clothes on, carrying bags. There's also been issues with illegals jumping in people's backyards, hiding in people's vehicles. And so you're asking if that's an issue? Yes, absolutely, it's an issue.
Then there are those who disagree with Trump's radical proposals but say the immigration system needs to be fixed.
I think immigration is good, not an open border with people rushing through.
So what you see behind me is the Rio Grande River, hardly a river, just a stream that divides Mexico and the United States of America. It is just knee-deep water that can be easily crossed over. That is why you see the kind of illegal immigration through the southern border of Mexico. But the US also has a fence, but it has surveillance here. You can see security cameras. You can see the border patrol personnel. If the Department of Homeland Security's 2022 data is to be believed, there are 11 million illegal migrants in United States of America, and that is why Donald Trump realizes this issue can be raked up to get votes to come into his kitty. Statistics from the US Homeland Security, however, indicate that there is no direct link between crime and immigrants, any more than it is for naturalized US citizens. Whatever the reality, immigration has become a contentious issue in this election season. The question is, will it lead to significant political dividend for Donald Trump? With cameraman Sanjay Jaina, Amritpal Singh from the Mexico-US border in Texas.
Indian National Security Advisor Ajit Doval had a telephonic conversation with his American counterpart Jake Sullivan on Wednesday as they discussed critical regional security developments, emphasizing the necessity for ongoing efforts to bolster stability in the Indo-Pacific region and beyond. The dialogue highlights the strengthening strategic partnership between India and the United States, characterized by shared democratic values and mutual interests, as noted in an official White House press release. The two leaders welcomed progress in the bilateral partnership, including the upcoming initiative on critical and emerging technology, intersessional and the Indian Ocean Dialogue. They also discussed regional security developments, underscoring the need for enhanced cooperation to address new challenges. The festive fever goes high in India as the country celebrates Diwali with pomp and show. People decorated their homes with dazzling lights and colourful rangoli. DD India's correspondent Ayushi Ahuja brings you the report.
Diwali, the festival of lights, celebrated by millions worldwide. In Sanskrit, Diwali or Deepavali means row of lights, symbolizing the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and the promise of new beginnings. Every diya, every light tells a story of hope, resilience, and love. Traditionally, Diwali celebrates the return of Lord Ram to Ayodhya after his 14 years exile, as well as defeating the demon king Ravan, bringing peace and harmony to his kingdom.
The spirit of Diwali is in the air. Shoppers are bustling in bazaars, children are looking forward to fireworks, and the warm glow of celebration is shared with friends and families.
Diwali is all about preparations, deep cleaning, fresh decor, and bringing in touches of gold and silver for good fortune. And what's Diwali without food? From jalebi to kaju katli to gulab jamun, every bite holds a memory waiting to be made. Also, Diwali without lights? That's like sweet without sugar. Twinkling fairy lights are everywhere. Indoors, outdoors, wrapped around stairs, adorning plants, adding sparkle to every corner. No Diwali is complete without rangoli. Families design pattern on floors using colored sand, rice flour or powdered limestone for a warm welcome to guests and a way to invite the goddess Lakshmi. Colors make Diwali come alive. Using marigold flowers, rose petals and green leaves is a way of saying welcome to good vibes. Plus, these decorations are as eco-friendly as they are beautiful.
We do sculpture candles, which is kind of really different. Let's use soy wax, let's use natural wax. There are so many, different types of wax, and also coconut wax. So why go for paraffin? Because it releases a lot of soot. So to reduce pollution, this is our attempt.
People are also embracing sustainable decor. Think natural lanterns, torans that make your home shine while respecting the planet.
Diwali is the most beautiful festival in our country, and I always like to decorate my house. There are many lights, temple lights, all things are available and I always enjoy it.
Diwali is always a very special occasion for me and my family. It holds a great place in my heart. We always decorate the house with colorful diyas, flowers. There's rangoli everywhere. We are always together with the family, so we get to spend a good time.
From lighting sparklers to setting off fireworks, Diwali is an experience for all the senses. Diwali is also a time for prayers, and people also leave offerings to Goddess Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of wealth, for good luck and prosperity. The glow of diyas, earthen oil lamps, and the crackle of fireworks create a magical backdrop for this celebration of lights.
Whether we are lighting diyas or praying for abundance, Diwali reminds us that even in the darkest of time, light is to be found. Here's wishing you all a very happy and joyful Diwali. May the light within you shine bright. With camera person Aniket Dubey, I am Ayushi Ahuja, reporting for DD India.
And correspondent Divendu Mondal is joining us in Delhi, and he will tell us that how the celebrations are going on, when it comes to Diwali. Hi Divendu, first of all, a very happy Diwali to you.
Well, Siddharth, good afternoon. A very happy Diwali to you as well, and the entire team of DD India, and a happy Diwali to all our viewers who are watching us live.
Yeah.
So, of course,
Siddharth. Okay. Divendu, tell us first of all, where are you standing right now, and how's the energy there?
Well, Siddharth, I'm at a locality market in central Delhi area in the national capital region of Delhi. So, of course, you can see that people are making the last-minute rush to get their hands on flowers and decorations to decorate their house. This is, the last-minute preparations that are currently going on here in not just in Delhi but across the country. And people are making their last-minute purchase because the muhurat of the puja that will begin, the Diwali puja that will begin, it is expected to begin at about 6:50 p.m. This evening. And before the celebration begins at every household, cutting across the length and breadth of this country, people are making the last-minute push in the market. We have been to several markets throughout the day today, and not just today, Siddharth, but across the last 1 week, the markets have been crowded with people, trying to get their hands into decorations as well as for the different items that are required, in fact, the products that are required for decoration as well as celebration of Diwali. The sweet shops are equally crowded, Siddharth, in different parts of the city. So, the people are celebrating Diwali with full fervor and with full enthusiasm. It is a celebration of devotion as well as a celebration keeping in mind the sustainability factor as well, Siddharth.
Definitely, we are getting festive vibes from you also, Dibendu, with the kind of attire you are wearing, definitely, and from around you as well. We are definitely seeing people doing the last-minute preparations for puja, which you just said the time for which is around 6:50 p.m. Dibendu, Diwali comes every year. Where you are standing right now, are you noticing something different, something unique around you, or have you seen?
Well, Siddharth, unique, what I would say perhaps is the people shifting, as I said, towards, the sustainable items that are required for the Diwali puja or for the decoration of their houses. People are looking forward for more, getting their hands on more sustainable and eco-friendly products. In terms of, if you can call it, people doing away with the Chinese lights, for that matter, people are, going towards, earthen diyas or, decorating their houses with materials that are created in India. So, the self-reliance factor in the market is something that has been visible, not just this time, but over the last 3 to 4 years, I have been witnessing a lot of dependence that was there with China has come down, and self-reliance has taken over in the Diwali celebrations of India.
Definitely, Dipendu, this is very unique. In fact, what you've just told to our viewers, that people are now getting away with the Chinese products and they are now relying on the Indian products, that is make in India. They are now lighting the earthen lamps, which is very beautiful in various ways, because it also tells us about how people in the country are getting aware about not to create pollution by any way, and secondary, to promote make in India products as much as possible, because this is very important to boost India's economy and also to give the rights to these diya makers, to the other lamp makers who work day and night, and people are buying their products, so they could also celebrate this festival of lights. Dipendu, now tell us about the air quality. A lot is being talked about the air quality, especially in the National Capital Territory of Delhi. What is the AQI right now, and have there been any bans imposed on the use of firecrackers?
Well, Siddharth, as the celebration comes to an end post Diwali, the bane for Delhi has always been, in fact, over the last 1 decade, it has been the issue of pollution.
Yeah.
So, of course, the pollution levels are already in the severe category at the moment, and it is also expected that the pollutions could rise further after the celebrations of Diwali, because although the Supreme Court has banned all kinds of firecrackers, but, we see not just in Delhi, but also in the adjoining states of Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, we see that firecrackers are being burned, and, the pollution creating firecrackers, which have been particularly and strictly banned by the Supreme Court, is still being used in many parts of the city. So, of course, the pollution level will further peak from here, because, the weather condition or the atmospheric weather condition is such that the pollution level post-Diwali season in Delhi do peak, and it is also expected that around this time as well it will be similar. But having said this, of course, the government, the courts are taking initiative. As we speak, the GRAB Stage 2 has been imposed here in Delhi, and the entire NCR region, which bans the use of diesel gensets, etc., all construction activities. But having said this, we are expected to see a further rise in the pollution levels over the coming days. So, first, although precautions are being taken, but we'll have to wait till tomorrow morning to see how much the pollution level rises. Siddharth.
Okay. After what our correspondent Dipendu Mondal said, we urge all the viewers of DD India to celebrate a green Diwali, not to burst firecrackers, and also, give a focus on celebrating a sustainable Diwali, because the pollution levels harm many people. It harms animals as well, harms elderly and children. So go green and celebrate Green Diwali. We leave it there. Thank you so much, Dipendu Mondal, for that wonderful analysis, and a very happy Diwali to you once again. Now, the Jawans of Indian Army celebrated Diwali with the people in Baramulla, and to mark the festive occasion, the Jawans performed the Lakshmi Puja, sang the Lakshmi Ganesh Aarti, and also burst. And duty and celebration go hand in hand as troops remain on high alert along the LOC to prevent any misadventure from across the border. On the eve of Diwali, the 8th edition of Deepotsav in Ayodhya witnessed the setting of 2 Guinness World Records. These included the highest number of participants performing a simultaneous diya rotation and the largest display of oil lamps.
So basically, in the last 6 days, we prepared this Ram Ki Pedi as well as the Lakshman Ghat area where the Saryu Aarti happens for 2 different attempts. So we created new records for both the attempts. For Aarti, it is 1121, and for oil lamps, it is 25 lakh, 1200 and 585.
You're watching DD News. Time now for sport, and Team India will be desperate to bounce back in the 3rd test against New Zealand starting Friday, November at Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium. The Indian batting lineup failed to meet expectations in the previous 2 matches. In the 2nd test in Pune, the hosts chasing 359 were bundled out for 245 runs. Meanwhile, New Zealand has climbed to 4th in WTC standings after beating India in 2 consecutive tests. They must win their remaining 4 tests to secure a place in the final. Following the India tour, New Zealand will play a 3-match series against England at home. Meanwhile, the men in blue, India, find themselves in a tricky situation. In fact, a tricky situation after losing the first 2 tests against New Zealand on home soil. This defeat has significantly impacted their chances of reaching the World Test Championship WTC final. Currently, India must win all 6 remaining tests in this cycle to secure the top spot. If they lose any of these games, Rohit Sharma's side will need other teams for vying for the top 2 spots to falter. This indeed is a very crucial encounter for the Indian side, and DD India correspondent Naran Singh is joining us right now to give us more inputs on what could go north and what could go south when it comes to Team India and when it comes to Team India's chancing in reaching the finals of the WTC. Hi Narayan, first of all wishing you a very, very happy Diwali. Everyone is celebrating Diwali today. This is the festival of lights and a triumph of light over darkness. As far as Team India is concerned, as far as their test performance is concerned, then we are seeing right now that they are not performing up to the mark. We saw them losing 2 test matches back to back, and that too on the Indian soil, which happened after long years. This is the 3rd match. If we see from the perspective of this particular series, then it's a dead rubber. But if we see from a broader perspective, Narayan, from the I beg your pardon, from the WTC's perspective, then it is big. Tell us, how will they reach WTC final from here? What do they have to do? And also tell us, from the 3rd test's perspective in Wankhede Stadium, the iconic Wankhede Stadium, what should it do? What changes should they make? Or what intent should they carry on the greens to defeat the Black Caps?
Happy Diwali, Siddharth. As you mentioned, that's the occasion of the Diwali, and definitely Team India will try to gift a win to the Indian fans all across the world. And we know that right now the situation is not so pleasant for the Indian team. They are staring down the barrel and looking into an unknown and unfamiliar territory, because India has never whitewashed in a 3-match test series. The last time they were whitewashed by South Africa, but it was a 2-match series in 2000. In that context, it is an important match for the Indian team. As you mentioned, that WTC is also there, and from here there are 6 matches for the India. The 3rd match between India and New Zealand at the Wankhede Stadium, and remaining 5 matches against Australia in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. So all in all, from here India at least needs to win 4 test matches. This one against New Zealand and 3 against the Australian side. And we know that defeating Australia in Australia, it's a Herculean task for any team in the world. But we know that this Indian team is very, very different. In the past also we saw that how they bounced back. They came out from the very tricky situation in the past 2 editions of the WTC World Test Championship. Again, they are also in a tricky situation, but we know that the Indian cricket culture has been changed a lot. This team has the capability to bounce back. As you mentioned, that the Wankhede Stadium, we know that initially there is a bit of a grass in the pitch, and for the initial couple of hours it's very difficult for any team to bat because it assists the pace bowlers a lot. And we know that this pitch at the Wankhede is all in all a red soil, and that's why there is a bit of grass, and so that the pitch doesn't crumble easily. But as the days will progress, it will favor the spins. So as the reports are coming, we are hearing that it's will be a rank turner, but we have to very careful because it's an important match for the Indian team, especially for the Rohit Sharma and the Virat Kohli. If you take a look their performance in the last 8 innings, there was only 1 half century from both the veterans, and they need to play there and just we can say that just block the defensive cracks they got in their batting stay. We are hoping that they will do something different here, and India definitely will be we can say that favorite again to win the match. Already they lost the series.
Definitely, let's certainly hope that Team India bounce back this time around at Wankhede Stadium. You've gave us a detailed analysis of how the pitch is there at the Wankhede Stadium and how the players will certainly need to be just consistent to win this one, and also India's chances when it comes to the World Test Championships. Thank you so much, Naran. We leave it there. And the D-Day is finally here, as the retentions for the upcoming edition of the Indian Premier League will be announced. Cricket fans around the world are eagerly waiting to know the names which have been retained by the franchises ahead of the mega auction. Many big names are expected to go under the hammer in the auctions, as they are not going to be retained by the teams. Reportedly, Lucknow Super Giants LSG have parted ways with their captain KL Rahul, while Delhi Capitals are also highly likely to release Rishabh Pant. Halloween festivities are lighting up neighborhoods, marking a night of fun, mystery and tradition across the globe. From spooky parades to haunted houses, communities are embracing the holiday spirit. Children and adults alike are dressing up as ghosts, superheroes and everything in between. White trick-or-treaters will fill the streets. US President Joe Biden celebrated Halloween at the White House. President Biden, alongside First Lady Jill Biden, handed out candy to trick-or-treaters celebrating the spooky festival. That's all for this edition of DD India News Hour, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour.